Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Thank you. Thank you for jumping in. Good morning, good morning,
Good morning.
good morning, good morning. Thanks for jumping in. We're about to get started. Please tap
Good
your name on
afternoon.
your shoulder. Good
Are
afternoon
you
as
able to
well
hear me now?
to
Are
where
you able
you
to
are
hear
in the
me?
world. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Afternoon.
Hello? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are.
Afternoon. Yes,
Okay.
Director, we can hear you. I'm gonna put you on mute for a second. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. All right, so we're gonna get started in a minute. Let's just roll this. We got a new video for you, so sorry to break the expectation, but let's roll this one. Just want to make sure I'm doing this right. All right, here we go.
Hey Atlanta, hey world. This is Jennifer Barbosa with International Supply Partner and the honor to be your co-chair with the Global Opportunities Committee. And we are here at Uptown Atlanta and I am so excited. We are getting ready for our Go Global conference and this is your opportunity as a business to find your buyers and sell your product. This is where you are going to meet your customers and your suppliers face to face from across the world. And I can tell you this firsthand because I just got back from Colombia and had the greatest experience meeting with multiple suppliers without having to leave the space, but making sure that I'm connecting with the right companies, with the right suppliers, the right manufacturers. And now I am able to better supply and support our customers. Now, what are you waiting for? Are you going to sit still and complain about not having the customers or not having your product? Or are you going to go to the source at the Go Global conference and make it happen? I'm looking for you.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Good afternoon, wherever you are. I know some folks are hitting at 5:30, some folks are in the afternoon, but hello and welcome to the Power Hour, where the hour shall pass and the power continues. My name is Ricardo Bettis. I am the chairman for the Global Opportunities Committee of the Atlanta Black Chamber. Some quick housekeeping. If you know anyone who should be here, please let them know that we have started. Keep your microphones on mute. It's imperative that you only speak if you're asked to in this session. Also, we are recording this session, so if you happen to miss it, we will be having it on YouTube in a few. And so we also want you to share in the chat, excuse me, where you're coming in from. What part of the world are you? Introduce yourself and let us know who you are. Feel free to share that as well. It's a pretty exciting day today, the Power Hour. We've decided to bring some of our family and friends all the way from Zambia in the Power Hour today. Just got back from East Africa, and it's interesting. One of the things I thought about when I was in Tanzania was just how close Zambia is to Tanzania, and how you all share so much in common. So excited to have connected with the folks in that side of the world, and I see some of our friends also from Tanzania. I think I saw a few folks jumping in from that as well. So big shout out to you guys. So we're gonna get started, guys, and typically we just would love to introduce the folks who are here as my guests today to talk about Zambia. We have a roadshow, an investment roadshow in America for Zambia. So just in case you didn't know that existed, that does exist. Roadshows does exist. I was just on a roadshow in East Africa. I just came back from Nairobi and Arusha and Kampala and Addis. So we're very familiar with roadshow. But in this time, Zambia is actually here, and a real awesome crew that will be here. And I want to introduce some of them to you. So good morning, guys. And I'm going to start with our Consul General. It's a pleasure to actually have you here. Katema, we would love for you to introduce yourself. I know you're here in Atlanta. Please go ahead and unmute, introduce yourself, and I'll ask also our regional lead for Zambia, Dr. Mwiche Sinyenza, is going to also introduce herself, and then we'll hear from Mavuto and Director Albert. So good morning, CG. Thanks for joining.
Good morning.
Tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about why we're here today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us. Really appreciate the opportunity. My name is Anna Katema. I serve as Honorary Consul for Zambia in the state of Georgia. I am a resident of Georgia and a taxpayer. So this is home for me. And so we're here essentially to talk about the roadshow that will be happening next month in September. The Atlanta leg is from September 9th to September 14th, but we are covering other states, California and Texas.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, CG. I say CG, it's kind of the short for Consul General. So if you hear me say that, please know that. Dr. Mwiche, thank you for jumping in. You are very familiar to our family here. Your regional lead for Zambia. Please tell the folks who haven't met you yet who you are and also what you do.
Thanks, Ricardo. So I am Dr. Sinyenza, and I have the pleasure of serving as the regional lead for the GOC in Atlanta. And I'm just so excited to be involved with this opportunity that the Zambian government is bringing to the U.S. to just really emphasize how important it is that we invest, that we do cross-country investments. And these guys are coming to do such a good job, and I'm so excited for them.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you. And I would love to learn from you about what does a regional lead actually do. So we'll come back to that, but I think the folks would love to know that. But Mavuto, welcome. If you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes. My name is Mavuto Kaela. I'm the president of Zambians in Northern California, and also in this context, serving as lead coordinator for the roadshow. And I'm excited to be here because as Zambia, we're showcasing Zambia's opportunity in green technology, agriculture, digital infrastructure, capital markets, while strengthening ties with the diaspora and institutions. It's not just investments, but it's about partnership and building, especially in the context of the changes this year across U.S. relationships with Africa.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Great to meet you. And Director Albert, I know we're trying to get in on this intro. Are you available to unmute and introduce yourself? We're not seeing you, but if you can do that, that would be great. There we go. I was just joking to Director Albert that he looked just like the guy on the photo, and he didn't actually age a bit. But Director, it's good to have you here. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me to be on this very important platform. I'm Albert Halwampa, the Director General for the Zambia Development Agency, and we're looking forward to showcase Zambia's unique opportunities in terms of trade and investment out there in Atlanta, Georgia. And I believe that we're earmarked for big deals and transactions. So Zambia believes America is the market, the richest country in the world. So we are coming to the right place. Thank you.
Well, welcome. Thank you. So let's dive into it, guys, because we want to kind of understand. And I'm going to actually start with an open question, because if you are living under a rock and you have no idea where Zambia is, what do you actually say to folks? Where exactly is Zambia? What part of Africa is Zambia? You know, we have a saying that says we're going to Africa, and Africa has got like 50 plus countries. So when we say that to each other, we've got to kind of reel in and then say, where in Africa are you going? But maybe CG, you can kind of paint a picture. How do we actually get to Zambia in the first place? Where is it?
So before I answer that question, I do want to include my colleague, Mr. Ranchard from California. He joined us, the Consul General for California, Mr. Rajan Ranchard. And then I can go to your question if you.
Well, thank you. I haven't seen him. I'm not seeing him. Is he here?
Yes, I am. I'm not sure whether I tapped into the right link to register with you, Ricardo, but I am very, very much here. It's a pleasure to be on the show. It's incredible that you're hosting such a fantastic show all over Africa. Yeah. So I'm the CG, like you said, for Zambia. And it's my pleasure to be here. I think my assistant, Mavuto Kaela, has already highlighted a few of the issues that we're going to discuss here in California on the roadshow. We're very excited. And Anna, thank you so much for intervening and highlighting that I am here.
Absolutely.
Well, it's good to have you here, CG. If we can work with on the camera for us, please. We would love to see you. You can do that offline while CG Anna answers our question. CG, over to you.
Thank you. So Zambia is in Southern Africa. We say we are a land-linked country. We are not landlocked, we're land-linked. So there are many places that you can get to from Zambia. And from Atlanta, I am so excited that we have so many ways to get to Zambia with Ethiopian Airlines, with Delta flying directly into South Africa and getting South African airline into Zambia. So it is very, very easy, and it's a stable economy, very peaceful, and a lovely country to visit.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. So you can go straight into South Africa. I've actually done the South Africa route and going up to Lusaka.
Yep.
And I think I've also flown in from Addis into Lusaka as well. So there are two ways to get in there. So let's talk a little bit about why this roadshow, why now? Why did we decide to do this now in September? What's actually happening? And maybe this is a question for ZDA. Tell us a little bit about the investment roadshow. Paint a picture for us on the investment environment in Zambia so that others can understand why Zambia and why now.
Yeah, thank you very much for that question, Ricardo. I think why invest in Zambia is a very important question with so many answers to it. And number one reason for us where we stand is the good leadership existing in Zambia at the moment. Whatever I'm going to mention below has been there in Zambia since 1964. But at the moment, we have leadership that is coming from the private sector, and that believes that the private sector must drive the economy. We've always been peaceful. We've always been located, where my sister Anna was talking about, surrounded by 8 and 9 plus 1, 9 countries. We've always have peaceful transition. That has always been there. But now we're seeing the economy growing and having strong macroeconomic fundamentals because of the good leadership who understands what trade and investment means to the economy. So number one, good leadership. Of course, that is brought on the table by Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia. We are seeing him putting policies that are stable, predictable, and that's very important to investors from across the world. Of course, the other reason that has been traditional, peaceful country, friendly people. Our location surrounded by 8 countries plus 1, it becomes a natural hub for any investor to come and invest in Zambia because we're surrounded by, SADC 300 million consumers, COMESA 600 million consumers, Africa as a continent, under the African continent of free trade area, talking of 1.4 billion consumers. And also, despite us being land linked, not having a port, we've got access to so many corridors. Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, Mozambique, you have Beira there, Nakara, South Africa, Durban, and then Namibia, Walvis Bay, and now we're working on the Lobito corridor. And in terms of the macroeconomic fundamentals, I think one of the key milestone there, restructuring of debt that has brought the risk of the country lower than before. Investors can now bring projects and find financials because this is a country that is complying to international norms. So very, very important for us. Yeah, so rule of law, very, important for us. And of course, it's it's a moving target. We believe we got, skilled labor from Zambia. Very, very important. If you check around the world, you can see a lot of my sisters and brothers there, Rancho, there. All these are from Zambia. Skilled people. Go all around the world, we're finding, the mining taking place. You find engineers from Zambia, doctors from Zambia, accountants from Zambia. So we believe that relatively we have, skilled labor in Zambia. And of course, that's very, very important for investors. And also generous incentives. When you come into Zambia, the cost of setting up your company is much, much lower because we have generous incentives, very, very important. And I believe that where I sit as Director General of ZD, I'm seeing these numbers, the traffic into Zambia, just because of the leadership that we have at the moment. So basically, those are some of the few points. There are many, but I think these are the key ones, top of the ladder in ranking, that we believe investors from Atlanta, Georgia, rest of America, rest of the world should come to Zambia across the sectors that include mining, energy, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, infrastructure. So we believe we have a good case for investors to come here and invest in Zambia and have their returns on investment. Thank you.
Thank you. And I don't know if CG, if you wanted to add to that, or CG Rajan or Anna, if you wanted to add to that. What is the what is special about Zambia, and why do we need to take this opportunity seriously to be a part of the Zambia economy? CG Rajam, you're on mute.
Yeah, Ricardo, thank you. Sorry about that. I hope you can see me now.
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's great. Well, good day to everybody. It's very early in the morning, Ricardo. You got me out of bed, but nevertheless, so why? So, Zambia has about 40% of Southern Africa's water resources, right? And I think our president, Hakainde Hichilema, has done an amazing job with the Zambian economy. I think it's bolstering, it's open for investment from the diaspora, not only from the diaspora, but from potential trade and investment from California. I say California, but throughout the USA. We know that California is the fourth largest economy in the world. So between Mavuto and myself, we've had a mammoth task in trying to lure big fishes in California. I say big fishes, but a lot of potential investors for Zambia, be it mining, be it agriculture, education, healthcare, and cultural people-to-people diplomacy. So I think we're on the right path. I think my friend Albert has highlighted some very important points. And I've known Albert for many, many years. We go back decades. So it's great to see Albert in this position, and we're really looking forward to meeting our delegation from Zambia. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, CG. Mawuto, maybe I can come to you and sort of, you said earlier that you're part of coordinating and leading this. Talk to us about the roadshow itself, where are you going to be touching also what's happening in Atlanta? I know you have some events in Atlanta as well. Can you just share a little bit about the roadshow itself?
Yeah. So the roadshow was born out of the U.S. Embassy earlier this year. And part of the reasoning for that was the changes in policy from, at the federal level. And that encouraged Zambia, for instance, to try and socialize directly to the states beyond just the confines of Washington, D.C. And one of the ways to go directly to the states was to actually bring Zambia to the states. So we looked at the 50 states of the U.S. and figured, which states most aligned with Zambia's priority sectors right now. And of course, we hope this is a continued thing that goes into next year and subsequent years. But we came up with California, Texas, and Atlanta. And therefore, we encouraged the lineup that we have from Zambia, which includes the Director General, as you see, for ZDA, which is the policy entity that has to be touched when you're going to bring big business in Zambia. And they set the standard, they set the incentives and so forth. And then the presidential advisor on finance and economics, or finance and investment, Mr. Jito Kayumba. He's going to be joining us on this roadshow as well. Of course, the ambassador himself from Washington, D.C. Is going to be joining us. And then those are the key leaders. And we've recently added the Minister of Transport and Logistics also going to be joining us. So we're essentially bringing Zambia directly to the states so that we can get over some of those deliberations and bring Zambia to that last mile and see if we can encourage and spur institutional investment into Zambia.
Awesome. Thank you. And it sounds like you're going to be in Atlanta, and if you could share, CG, so you're in Atlanta, so talk a little bit about the mandate that you actually have from your government, particularly as it relates to what you're doing here in Atlanta.
Absolutely. So this government, the one thing that I like and appreciated about what this government did when they came into power is creating a diaspora desk at State House. And so having to partner with the diaspora, so that has been an important piece. But the mandate that has been given to me by the Zambian government through the embassy includes a few things. So number one, promoting trade and investment. And essentially, under that umbrella, it's promoting Zambian products and services in the state of Georgia and encouraging the businesses in Georgia to explore investment opportunities in Zambia. And the sectors for Georgia that I am really focusing on is mining, agriculture, energy, technology, tourism, and very important for me in the state of Georgia is partnerships and investment in education and healthcare as well. And a lot of this will be showcased and discussed at the upcoming business forum on September 11th at the Backhead Club here in Atlanta. So anyone who can join us, so these things will be discussed there and a great networking opportunity as well. And secondly, cultural exchange. So again, showcasing Zambia's culture, food, music, and strengthening, having the deeper understanding between the Zambian people and the people state of Georgia. And this again will be showcased at the upcoming Culture Night on September 13th in Millcross, Georgia. So people can join us and listen to some Zambian music there, see some Zambian dancers, and also taste Zambian food. So that again is all about partnering and promoting the cultural exchange. And thirdly, I also work with the Zambian diaspora here in Georgia, but I have a limited role in that and mostly pointing the Zambian people in the state of Georgia to the right resources at the Zambian embassy. And finally, working closely with the local government organization, people in the state of Georgia to, again, promote the diplomatic relationships that are very mutually beneficial to both Zambia and the state of Georgia. So that's essentially the mandate, and ultimately the goal is to increase the visibility for Zambia and the presence in the state of Georgia and make sure everything we're doing is mutually beneficial for state of Georgia and for Zambia.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, CG. And I know we've seen some questions coming up in the chat. And ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to be launching a poll in a few minutes just to get your feedback on Zambia. I do see someone already ready to invest in energy in Zambia. Let's talk about that. If there are folks who are ready to take the steps forward, like what do you actually say to them now? What should they do if they're ready? So you've got folks who are ready to move, but you may have folks who are thinking about it, and I want to talk to both of those audience. But let's start with the folks who are ready. What do we say? What do you say to them?
So in Atlanta, so one of the things that we're doing coming out of this roadshow is we do have a follow-up group. And so anybody who's ready, and I will provide the contact information for the people to contact for the follow-up group for Atlanta. And we meet with those people and we send them to the right people, which is ZDA. They'll be talking to State House. So ZDA is going to play a very big role in this. And on that follow-up group out of Atlanta, we do have members of ZDA. We do not want anything to fall through coming out of this roadshow. So we'll definitely be working closely with people, even people who are going to come to the forum or come to the diaspora night. If all their questions are not answered, we will be having a follow-up Zoom meeting to answer more questions. And if they're ready to move, we are ready to send them to the right people. Because again, there's a process, and we find that things fall through because people are not following the correct channels. So what we want to do out of this is have the proper channels that people can follow. So if they're ready, we are ready, and we'll point them in the right direction.
All right, fantastic. Thank you. So if you're ready, you've heard it. There is that process, and we've got to get you situated accordingly. And I think I wanted to also bring Miche up on stage here. Miche, so you have been a regional lead for Zambia as part of the GOC. I believe I saw our next or other regional lead, Gideon Chibuyo, who is based in Lusaka. I believe I saw him earlier. Talk to us a little bit about your own experience, Miche. Obviously, you are Zambian. You're part of this business community called the Global Opportunities Committee of the Atlanta Black Chamber. Tell us a little bit about the role that you actually play in ensuring that Zambia is integrated and included into the conversations, not just for now, but also ongoing into the future. If you don't mind unmuting and sharing, please.
Yeah, thank you, Ricardo. So I am based in Houston, but obviously I'm Zambian. And so a lot of my passions lie in Zambia. So as regional lead, I am proud to serve in terms of making necessary network connections. And in any manner whatsoever that we can highlight Zambia and Africa as a whole, I think that we should come together. One, two, this all plays into everything that GOC is about. You know, we've got a mission, and we are driving that mission, and Zambia is definitely part of that equation. And I encourage everybody to look into what the ZDA is doing. I encourage everybody to look into investment opportunities in Zambia and let this conversation continue, because this has got great potential. Zambia has incredible resources, not even in terms of just like minerals and stuff, but we've got our mines. We've got mind resource. And just as I can't remember who was saying, it was Anna. Um, we we've got accountants, we've got people in high places because of our mindset. And so let's use that to elevate who we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Muche. And one of the things that we've heard a lot, and even though president for the chamber, he had charged African Americans and folks living in the U.S. to actually invest in Africa. I mean, and it's the time to actually do that. And a lot of times, if you're talking Africa and you're not going to Africa, that's a whole nother story. But people's got this sort of insight from the media, and I thought I would bring it up, make it an open question to you guys, because I want to hear what you think, because the media has a lot to do with the education that we all have about Africa at large, but about countries like Zambia and other spaces. Me personally, I was just in Africa a few days ago. I just told you I was in 4 countries on a delegation, and what when you're on the ground, what you see there, how you're connected there is very, very different from what the media actually shares, and the picture that is painted for you from this perspective. And people who are on the fence, there are folks who are on the call who are on the fence. We just talked about folks who are ready to go, but there are other folks who are on the fence and they have questions. How do you address that sort of mindset, the imagery that's already been painted in a lot of our heads about what's happening on the continent, but then also people who are on the fence, they're nervous, they're not sure if this is the right move. What do you say to those folks? I'm sure you've met them before. What do you say? There are a couple of them here in the audience. It's an open question for any of you to speak to. What do you say to those folks? Any of you can unmute and answer. It's an open question. So go ahead. Anna, you can go ahead.
Sure. So yeah, I agree with you. And so perception, and that's very strong. And what I say to people, so 2 things. We do have people who are already in Zambia doing businesses. So one of the things to do is for us to connect somebody who's thinking of going into Zambia, but is on the fence and is afraid to do so. So connect them to somebody who's already in Zambia for them to share their experience. The second thing that I will be encouraging out of Atlanta is, if I'm hoping it'll happen next year or 2027, is a visit into Zambia for people who are serious. Let's go down to Zambia and let's see what Zambia is about, because it's hard when you can't visualize where you're going. You're just seeing things on paper. Yes, sometimes you may not trust the research, but sometimes it works. Just get on the ground, see for yourself, and that your perception is really going to change. So those are 2 of the things that I would focus on, is introduction to businesses already in Zambia and people who are serious. Let's organize a trip. Let's get down to Zambia and let's see how we can work together.
I was going to absolutely say the second point. That was
Yeah.
probably my first point,
Yeah.
is that just come.
Yep.
Come and visit, and you will see the wonder that is Zambia.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a hidden gem. So
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
it's you've gotta as it says biblically, come and taste and see, right? You gotta taste
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
that Zambia is good and Zambia does work, and that's amazing. And so I don't know, Director Albert, I know you came on, but I also want to
Yeah,
just kind of have you speak to that as well. Like this idea, tourism is huge in Zambia. I've been into Zambia, the Zambezi River, and I've been on a cruise there, and I mean it's
Beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
And some other things that like I've not seen anything like that in the world. You share the Victoria Falls, and I'm saying like,
yeah,
wow, why aren't more folks coming in and flooding this town and just taking
yeah.
advantage of these natural resources? Director.
Mhm. Yeah, just adding on to what my dear sisters mentioned, definitely we are seeing a lot of investors from across the world. As I said, the investment environment is very high at the moment. And talking of America, of course, it's a destination or source of investment that we need to keep cultivating. But of course, that's the richest country in the world. So far, just to give comfort for those who may be sitting on the fence, we have some of the biggest investors from the US at the moment, Cobalt Metals. They are currently exploring in the Copper Belt part of Zambia. We're using artificial intelligence, and I think it's going to be one of those big investments. So those that are still doubting, that's one of the testimonials. And also in terms of tourism arrivals, the largest number is coming from the United States of America. We've hit 2 million targets so far, and all those numbers are telling us that the largest source is the United States of America. And also, last year we were in New York at the United Nations General Assembly, and we held a number of meetings. We had some of the world-renowned rafters coming from the United States of America. This year, they came to the Zambezi River, to Victoria Falls, and they did some shootings there, some videos, just to begin to show what Zambia has to offer. So those are some of the few examples I can give. There are quite a number where we begin to see investors from the United States coming into Zambia. So for us, this is very, very important. We feel that this is just the beginning. And of course, investors want to go to a destination which is safe, that we've already mentioned that this is one of the most peaceful countries in the world, and also very democratic country. We've had 7 president transitions, are very peaceful, and that's very good for investors. And also, we do sign what we call the Investment Protection and Promotion Agreement. It's an international document that offers a layer of security to investors, that there's no government that will come to nationalize your assets. So we believe that's a good tool which investors sign with the Zambia Development Agency on behalf of government. So those that could be sitting on the fence, I think there's enough reason, enough testimonials, enough justification for them to start thinking of coming into Zambia. And we have a lot of pledges, meaning we've got projects not yet actualized from the United States of America. We are seeing a lot of interest from DFC itself, the Development Finance Corporation, looking for investors within Zambia, of course, sourced from EU or America, to borrow from these institutions in the United States of America. I believe that once at government level you have this confidence into the market, I think it now follows that the private sector should have confidence to trust that market. And also remember, in 2023, there was a bilateral agreement, or more or less tripartite, between the United States of America, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Zambia, to work together in terms of the critical minerals that exist in this region. DRC, Zambia combined, largest producers of these critical minerals. And you know the role these minerals play going into the green transition, climate change issues. So this is the future of e-mobility. This is the future of electric vehicles, electric vehicle batteries and accessories, and other related value chain projects, products rather. So the future is here in Zambia. Yeah, so we're encouraging investors to start coming now and not wait any much longer, because evidence is showing that there's a lot of appetite coming into Zambia, and for the right reasons. So the time is now. Time is now. There's a lot of reasons. Everything is ticking. Everything is ticking. Every box is being ticked. So we want American investors to come in because American investment is synonymous to quality investment, sustainable, predictable investment for the long haul. So we are coming there to showcase and tell our story as Zambia. Probably that has never been told before. Thank you.
No, thank you, Director. And I just also want to emphasize that when you talk about American investors, the Power Hour focuses on our people, our community, Black-owned business, African American, Africans, and part of what's missing in this American investment equation is us. So I just want to make sure that I point that out very, very crystal clear that Zambia needs us to come in and be a part of this now. Get in as quickly as you can. If it's as small as you can, you need to get in. I started my own investment into Zambia, and we were going to work our way up. You don't have to be on TV for it to make sense. You can get in, right? And you just need to be able to do that. But I think the message from Director Albert is we need American investors, but we need you. Very different. I just wanted to make sure we emphasize that because Zambia is home. When we were in Eastern Africa, one of the things that we hear often is "Welcome home, brother," right? And so Zambia, when I was in Zambia, I mean, I see folks look like my uncle and my cousin. I'm like, I didn't bring you out here. How did you come out here and realize that we're all alike? So this is the call to action for us. You've got to find a way to get in, and the folks on the call are giving you an opportunity to get in. Find a way to start the conversation, get in. There's a question that I see, and we're going to drop the poll now, and I'm going to start answering some questions from you guys. So if you've got questions, please go ahead, raise your hand. You've got some amazing folks here, the best set of folks who could tell you about Zambia right now. You got them right in front of you. What do you need to be asking? We've just launched a poll. Would love to get your feedback around your interest in attending the roadshow that's coming up. What do you know about Zambia, right? What is the interest that you actually have in Zambia? And so there's a question here that's going to be asked to all of you. You can choose who you'd like to use to answer. What are the priority sectors of Zambia? And I think it was mentioned earlier, but in the context of renewable energy, as addressed to climate change and subsequent impact. And maybe this is for you, Director. You could potentially answer that question for us.
Yeah, just come again on the question.
So the question is the priority sectors for renewable energy as redress to climate change and subsequent impacts.
Yeah, thank you very much. Renewable energy, maybe just a little bit of detail what Zambia is doing at the moment. We know that currently, and I'll talk about three sectors, very, very important. There are other sectors. So mining, we want to go from 800,000 metric tons of copper to 3 million tons of copper. And we are using artificial intelligence already to do geo mapping of the country so that investors can have ready packaged information where these minerals are, that is copper, cobalt, lithium, manganese, nickel, and other critical minerals like lithium, so that the investors can make these quick decisions. Very well packaged information, and we have Excalibur, who has started that process, is engaged by government. Then we're talking of agriculture, farm blocks, value addition, wheat, maize, soybeans, name them, agro processing and exporting into the region and the rest of Africa and the rest of the world, of course, taking advantage of the AGOA market framework. But you realize that because of climate change, we face one of the severest drought in living memory last year, and we discovered that hydropower is very good, offers baseload, but because of climate change, because of drought, our generation capacity reduced from 3,700 megawatts to nearly half that capacity, because 80% of this energy or electricity is from hydro. And because of that reduction, we've experienced deficits in energy, load shedding to the households, load shedding to industry, manufacturing, name it. And because of that, we realize these are opportunities. We've realized to drive 3 million tons of copper, to drive agro processing, we need to move from 3,700 megawatts of power to 10,000 megawatts. So the question is, for the past 60 years, we've only generated 3,700 megawatts of power. In the next 10 years, we want to go an extra 6,000 megawatts. We've realized we can achieve this through solar, wind, a bit of thermal, geothermal, waste to energy, and a bit of biofuels. So these are opportunities now for investors from Atlanta, Georgia, America, to come and invest in Zambia in the renewable energy as an enabler to driving industrialization in the mining sector with its related value chain, agriculture and its related value chain, and manufacturing across sectors. So these are huge opportunities. We have not now what we call open access. It means that the ZESCO, which is the National Power Utility Company, is not the only off-taker of energy. You can sell energy to industry directly. You don't need any government permit, no intervention. You can sell to industry direct. You can export the power directly. You can generate, transmit, and distribute. You don't need ZESCO. You can also import power from anywhere, sell it in Zambia, and export it from Zambia. So the environment is so robust in Zambia such that we are looking for investors to come and set up in Zambia. Solar, wind, of course, the issue of baseload is still an issue, but we know that we are not polluting as much, so we can still go thermal, a little bit of thermal. And if you calculate the percentage, is 0.000, so we are not even in the space of mitigation because we need baseload. Zambia is endowed with millions and millions of core deposits. So we can generate thermal power using clean technology without polluting the environment. So these are huge opportunities that the investors from America, the United States of America, should take advantage of. The tariffs now are going towards market reflective, meaning that these tariffs are good for having proper returns on investments. The payback period is shorter than it should have been. So this is a good environment. The price of electricity is now good case for an investor to come and invest and be able to get back their money in a reasonable period. So these are huge opportunities that are there in the renewable energy, and we're encouraging investors from the US to come and take advantage. We, as a country, connected to the Southern African power pool, where you can export power into the Southern African region. You can also export power into East Africa through the East African Interconnector. So these are huge, huge opportunities. Right now, we know there are transmission lines that are being established from Zambia into DRC to supply power into those huge mines. We know there's one mine there in Kolwezi producing 800,000 metric tons of copper per annum, one mine. And that mine is looking for energy from Zambia, from elsewhere. So we believe that you can generate from Zambia and export around the region, and particularly in DRC, where you have these huge mining operations. So the opportunities are huge. Please come and invest. The time is ripe and the time is now. Zambia is ready for business and Zambia is open for business. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Well said. And for folks who are looking at starting a company in Zambia, that's a question that I saw in the chat. How do you actually start your company? If you want to start your own company in Zambia, what's the process for that? So we answer that question real quick, and then we'll go to Joe. I see Joe hand is up. So Joe, please get ready. But I don't know if that's you, Director Albert, if you could just answer in 60 seconds.
Very easy. Starting up your company in Zambia, you just go online, www.pakra.org.zm. This is a government agency responsible for all patents, trademarks. So you register within 24 hours. It's online, very easy. And
So
you
if you
know,
could,
we
if
are
we
now
could put that in the
promoting.
chat, director, if we could put that, if someone can put that link in the chat as a resource, and any other
Okay.
resource that folks need to be able to see, that would be great. We've got 9 minutes, folks, before the hour ends. This is the power hour, so the hour is coming up on us, but the power continues because you actually do have it. But Joe, if you could unmute real quick, we'll give you a few seconds to ask your question.
Yes. Number one, I'm a climate tech entrepreneur, and I put information into the chat. I have a process that captures extraordinary amounts of carbon dioxide per acre per time period using very special bio crops. We can help to remediate mining disturbed soils. And even as our crops are helping to contribute to that, they will capture 4 times the amount of CO2 per acre as an equal acreage of pine trees. And then we can contribute to creating a bioeconomy as we harvest those crops and convert them into a variety of climate smart bioproducts. So I hope the managers that are on the site here will take a look at the information I've shared and get back to me and letting me know what kind of focus country has on climate change mitigation, and whether, as other countries in Southern Africa, there's a need for help in mitigating mining disturbed soils to get them back and to make them safe and productive.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I didn't hear the question there, but I think we'll leave it up to the information in the chat for someone to follow up with you. Michelle, please go ahead with your question.
She was
Michelle.
just, sorry, she's here.
Is that who you want to answer?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Yes, my name is Michelle Anthony. Really quickly, my question is, I definitely would like to see how my company can be put in touch with some of your leadership regarding our ability to bring renewable clean energy and inject it into your grid immediately. We have the only patented graphene technology in solar in the world. We have that technology, and we are an African American owned energy company, and we are working across multiple countries in Africa. We know about the crisis in Zambia, and we've been trying to get in touch with your head of state in order to come help you with the load shedding that you all are currently experiencing. We have our own investors. We do not need your money. We need the ability to come there and operate in your country and produce the energy to offset your load shedding.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. Only on the Power Hour. So, Michelle, thank you for that. I think the folks will reach out to you if you put that information in the chat. As CG Katema indicated earlier, that there is a process, and so they'll ensure that you're in touch with them. DT, please unmute and ask your question. All right, I think DT is trying to get his mic here, but folks, while DT, okay, go ahead, DT, please.
Hi. Very quickly, so I'm in Zambia. I'm the chair of the Green Finance and Green Bonds Committee at the Lusaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I just want to say that look, Zambia offers a great deal of opportunities on top of what the director has already mentioned. We specialize as a committee in bringing green finance, as well as establishing green bonds. We had a green bond last year by a green energy company. They raised over $300 million. Their target was $150 million. So the market is absolutely open for green bonds and green finance. All these green projects that we're all talking about need some finance behind. In the US, they need some local risk-free financing to complement that. On top of that, partnerships in the fintech industry, absolutely essential. We run a fintech, it's a payments company. We do electronic money issuing. I'm sure you've heard of mobile money.
So DT, we're going to ask you to put that information in the chat because we're coming up on the hour, and I just wanted to take questions for.
Excellent.
I wanted to take questions for the guest here. Janelle, if you have a question, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. I have some opportunities in Zambia right now, and I need to understand the process of registering the company and the legalities of starting up there in Zambia.
So I think the link has been placed in the chat, folks. If you can check the chat, so there is the link there that you can go to that was shared earlier by Director Albert Janelle. So if you could take advantage of that, that would be helpful. Guys, you've actually shared in the poll. A number of you have actually voted, and we're going to end the poll, but give you a quick second to please give us your feedback on the poll if you haven't done so yet. We'd just like to bring this up a little bit more. While that is actually happening, I want to go to each of you, your last bit of information that you'd like to share with the audience here that we may not have asked you in 60 seconds. So we probably will start with you, Director Albert, and then we'll go down to the others. 60 seconds.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think just trying to top up on what Jonelle was asking. Yes, you start your registering your business at PACRA, but from there you come now to the Zambia Development Agency to issue with an investment license so that we can handhold you and be able to help you access incentives that apply to all the priority sectors: mining, value chains, energy, manufacturing, tourism, infrastructure, so that we handhold you from the lead up to setting up. ZDA will be there with you and will be able to help you across all the sector, all the institutions that are in the ecosystem, whether it's ZESCO, whether it's energy regulation, whether it's Ministry of Energy, whether it's ZEMA, the Environmental Management Authority, to give you an environmental impact assessment. ZDA will be there to handhold you until you set up and be able to employ your fellow brothers and sisters, whether from Zambia or US, and also when you start paying taxes to the country, and also when you start earning your return on investment, ZDA will be there with you all the way through. We will not let you alone. No bottleneck, no red tape, no slowing down the process anywhere. All the systems have been streamlined in the interests of you, the investor. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank Director Albert. That's well said, and we'll hold you accountable to that, sir, to make sure that our folks don't go through any of these challenges. Mawuto, I see you're off mute. Your final thoughts, please.
Yeah, I'll go because I have a hard stop here. But I just wanted to say that the website for the roadshow has been shared. You can participate depending on where your proximity to the regions. We have California, Georgia, and Texas. California starts next week on the 5th to the 9th. We have a gala on Saturday the 6th. If you just want to attend that, meet some folks there. But the tours and other associated engagements will happen between the 5th and the 9th, and then it goes to Georgia and subsequently Texas. So we hope to see you there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. CG, you're on mute. CG Anna, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I was wondering which one. Thank you, Ricardo. This has been very insightful, and actually listening to all your people with all the interest, this has been very helpful. So I will say I see a lot of people are interested in attending. So I will speak to Georgia. So we have two main places where you can come, and please come to both, because at the business forum, we're going to talk big businesses. My ask to ZDA is they will talk about the big business, the multi-million-dollar investments at the business forum. And then we have the diaspora night. At the diaspora night, I'm asking the ZDA to say, can you give us diaspora relevant investments, something 5 million and under to start with, because we want the diaspora to participate. So come to both and listen to these opportunities that will be presented, because each one is going to offer a little bit of difference. So the Business Forum Backhead Club, again, is on September 11th. You can register for that one on Global Atlanta. The Diaspora Conference is on September 13th, Saturday evening. And Ricardo is going to be on one of the panels. I'm holding you responsible for that one, Ricardo. So please come to that and learn more because we will still talk investment while we eat the Zambian food, listen to a little bit of music. The purpose is investment. It's not dancing the whole night, but it's investment. So please come and let's learn about Zambia.
Awesome. Thank you, CG. CG Rajan, please go ahead. Your final 60 seconds, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Ricardo. And I will adhere to the 60 seconds, if not less, because we got a hard stop with another meeting. But thank you so much for all this. It's been very exciting. For all of you out there, Zambia is not unknown terrain. Let's take, for example, cobalt. Cobalt is led by Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. On the hindsight. But yeah, they've invested heavily in Zambia in AI technology, in the mining sector. It's a perfect example. And they've branched out into the DRC. And this is all to do with critical minerals. So it's a huge thing for Zambia, including the Lobito Corridor. I think it's a setting example, a setting platform, which will open up a lot of other doors, small doors to big doors. And I think our ZDA director, Albert, has highlighted all of this. And it's a huge thing for Zambia. I think we're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of democratic changes that our president has initiated. And it's an open ground for investment. So we need the US. We need the USA. We live in the USA, but Zambia is still home to a lot of us. So we need to give back. Thank you, Ricardo.
Awesome. Fantastic. Guys, we have a lot of information in the chat about the roadshow. There's a flyer that's been posted there a few times. Please make sure that, and Samuel, I'm going to ask you to repost it. Please make sure that you find the information to register. It's right there. Go ahead and bring down the flyer, register. We'll actually see you at the roadshow. Muiche, I'll give you the last word here before we say goodbye to this Power Hour.
No pressure. I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Ricardo, for giving us this moment to spotlight Zambia. Obviously, just as Rajan said, we live in the US, but Zambia is still home for all of us. So I just want to say thank you for giving us the stage. I am very proudly Zambian, and I also want to acknowledge ZDA and all the efforts that they're doing in order to promote the bridge between Zambia and the US. So thank you, Mr. Halwampa, for everything that you're doing. Zambia is a hidden gem. There's so much to be discovered. And
Fantastic.
We're just excited for everybody to come along this journey with us.
Fantastic. Well, you see it in the poll, guys. You saw it there. There are 85% of the folks who are interested in Zambia. So you do have something there for sure. Real gem, and folks who are very, very much interested in the different opportunities. Entrepreneurship is leading the way. So let's lean into it, guys, and let's make Zambia this investment roadshow the best that they've ever had. And we're looking for all of you folks in Atlanta to come out. Tell your neighbors in Cali to actually go out there and support them as well. And in Houston, tell your folks in Houston to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, the hour has come, but the power is within you to continue this conversation, follow up, do what you say you're going to do. I always say you document what you do and do what you document. And if you write it down here, you're going to get it done. So feel free to lean in. Thank you. Next week, guys, we're going to be going back to Uganda, recapping our visit to Uganda. We've got a whole house of guests that's going to be coming in to share more about Uganda and the opportunities that we saw there on the ground. So thank you guys for the opportunity to share with you today. We'll definitely see you next week on the next Power Hour. Let me just share my video with you, but feel free to download the chat and we'll talk again soon. Thank you guys, CG, Director Muiche. Thank you all for sharing your time with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of the Atlanta Black Chambers. What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Melvin, President and CEO of the Atlanta Black Chambers, Melvin Coleman, coming to you straight from Cali, Colombia, everybody. That's right, South America. So I'm here because there's a powerful B2B matchmaking conference going on by one of our partners with the ABC by way of the Global Opportunities Committee, Pro Colombia. So I traveled here with none other than our Global Opportunities Chair, Ricardo Barris, so that I could get an up close and personal experience with just what B2B matchmaking looks like while it's happening. Because in October, the Go Global Conference, the GOC signature event, is coming to Atlanta. It starts October 1st and it goes for like 2 or 3 days. The Go Global Conference by the Atlanta Black Chambers Global Opportunities Committee. I hope to see you there.
All right, awesome. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank
take
you.
care.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Thank you
Take care.
very much,
Thank you so
Zambia.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
you
Make sure
very
you
much.
download the chat, guys, if you need to, but we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brother Chair.
Doc, thanks for jumping in. I hope you're rested and well. Fantastic.
Say we are yet alone.
All right, we'll connect. We'll connect offline. Thank you,
Great.
Doc.
Take care.
All right.